Alright, welcome back. If you saw my last video, you know I got absolutely cooked online. And so I have come back to learn a bunch of shortcuts because I suck. Alright, suck is a strong word. I'm just, I'm not great. Right? Right, we'll go with that. Online, when I'm playing, I can tell everybody else is going for these shortcuts and I'm losing time compared to everybody else because they're going for these advanced shortcuts and I'm not, and I'm getting bumped off in the crowd, and so I need to find a way to separate myself, and this is definitely a key way to do that. These shortcuts I'll be going over today are necessary, and I haven't tried like any of them, or if I have tried, I've miserably failed. I'll be ranking them on a 1 to 10 scale on how difficult it is. For Sky High Sunday here, the shortcut I attempted last time, I didn't trick. The shortcut's actually not that hard. All you have to do is trick, and you just have to have a good angle to do it. I'm in free roam right now, which allows you, to reverse and try as many times as you want, which is so cool. Great feature. But yeah, all you have to do is trick, use a mushroom if you really want to, and you're kind of golden. The better your angle is, harder you'll cut it. Obviously that was terrible that time, but I had no speed going into it. So you kind of want to trick here, get a little bit of a boost, and then kind of just ride it here. This is honestly really easy. I'll just see how many times in a row I can get it. You kind of want to cut it like, if you cut it too low, you'll hit the bottom of the cone and you won't make it anywhere. You kind of want to cut it a little into the purple. Maybe that's a little too high. I mean, that works and it's still a shortcut, but if you really want to do it well, from what I've seen, you kind of want to cut it like here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. Oh my god, that was such a good shortcut. Yoink. And then about here. Oh yeah. Oh, wonderful. Woohoo! I'm getting a ton of air though. I wonder if there's a way to get less air. That would be ideal. Because the longer you're in the air, the more time you lose in this game. Or really in any Mario Kart, but especially this game. So if I just kind of go off. Well, actually, that's not too bad. I feel like you get a ton of air time if you trick. With my mushroom, if I shroom off the edge with it, just like that, yeah, they get you to the ground pretty quick too. Yeah, this shortcut's not that hard. You just have to have a decent angle going at it, and remember the trick. Trick here, about where the dark blue meets the lighter blue there, if you saw that. I'd give this like a solid 3 out of 10 difficulty. You have to know the nuance. You're not going to get on your first try because you're going to go too low or too high, but once you get it, it's pretty free. There's no reason you shouldn't go for it, especially if you're on like lap 2 or 3. Lap 1, if you're still in a mess, I could definitely understand why you wouldn't want to go for it. But if you want that bit of separation, this is a must by the looks of it. Alright, this one is on Starview Peak here. This one doesn't seem to be, at least by the looks of it, doesn't seem to be super difficult. But it's more so learning the route of how to do it. Yeah, you kind of want to come along the glider here. And you see the off-road there? There's a rail on the other side. Okay, that worked. What? How on earth did I do that? Anyways, yeah, let's try this again. So, you're going to come along here. That was terrible. So you go for here. It almost seemed like you go for this one too. And then you shroom here. Charge trick. This is harder than it looks. This might be harder than Sky High Sundays. Just the timing of it's so awkward. Hold on, I'm going to watch it again. Hold on. Okay, I'm stupid. So what you want to do, you come down here, you ride along here, drift into each of these rings. I messed up the third ring, but fine. Come into here. But like way before, like in the water, you want to begin a charge trick. So drift, drift, hold charge trick. Bam! There we go. And then you ride the edge here. Actually, you don't even drift on the edge. You literally just, hold on. Once you come off the rail, you literally just, that's intricate. Oh my god. Yeah. Probably just going, it's just going yoink. I rewatched it again, and he's not even drifting. He's just turning. He already has a ton of speed going into this. He just goes, There's a charge trick coming up. That's how he does it. That's exactly... I'm overcomplicating it. The drift only makes it harder. And slower, it looks like, because it's in the world record. I just assumed he was drifting when I watched it. I didn't even think about looking at it super closely. Yeah, you just come down. 1, 2. Start charging. It's kind of messy, but it's fine. Bam! Alright, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's definitely... You need consistency, though. 2, 3. Jump. Mushroom. Trick. Bam. I think I'd give it a solid 5 out of 10. It definitely requires practice. It's not free by any means. Yeah, there we go. Alright, on to the next one. Here we are on DK Pass. There are actually 2 shortcuts on this track. The first one I don't think is too crazy, but I think it probably requires a little bit of practice, maybe. It just simply... there you go. I obviously could have taken that better, but it's relatively free, as long as you aren't in a crowd, I would say. Through it, lap 1. Oh, I barely got there. Lap 1, I imagine it's absolute chaos to go for. But, like, I'm hitting all over the pole. I hit low on the second one, kind of off to the side on the first one, and I hit, like, in the middle on that one. Like, yeah. This one's pretty free. Like a 2 out of 10. You should always go for this. Honestly, no, maybe a 1 out of 10. Always go for this online, except if you're in a crowd. If you get bumped, you'll miss the pole. But this is about as easy as it gets. It feels, and it's so stylish, and it cuts off just such a small corner. Car. And it cuts off like a second, probably. Second and a half. But that brings us to this shortcut. I don't even know where to start. Like, you want... Alright, I can't do it yet, but what you want to do, you come off of where I just came off of. You grind at that rail, or not that rail up there, but the one on the ramp. Grind on the side, and then you trick off the tree, trick off this tree, trick off this tree, go around the corner, and off the other side. I don't even know how to process this one. Like, I mean, it's a pretty crazy shortcut, and I don't know if I would ever recommend going for this one online unless you're, like, really confident. I'm gonna try to do this, maybe? Oh, yeah, you go off the wall, too, when you do it. I don't even know where to begin of this one. So I'm gonna watch the world record and see how they do it again. That's insane. Alright. So you don't want to trick off the first tree. You actually want to go off to the... Ignore that. You actually want to go off to the side. We'll use a mushroom as a boost here. Am I not going to the side here? What am I doing? There we go. Off the wall. I failed completely. But then you trick off that tree, trick off the next tree, and then turn into the off. Dude, that's crazy. I don't... Oh, dude, I don't even know how you get that distance. What? What? Oh! Oh! I got it! You're actually intended to land in the off-road a little bit at the end, but oh my god. I didn't do it right, but I got it. I shouldn't be using the mushroom though on it. Still. Hold on. Bam. Bam. Dude, this is shroomless, which is crazy. Alright, the tech in this game is out of this world. Like, I don't... Wall ride a little bit longer, maybe? Yeah, that's probably it. Oh, I got it! And then I think you're supposed to take that tight afterwards. I'm not necessarily sure. The hardest part for me... Maybe I'm waiting too long. Let's get this first part here. Then wall ride, then... Oh my god. So I'm getting it, but I'm running to the wall at the end. Oh. Oh. That was not that good. Honestly, that still might save time in online with the absolute hellfire that you see online. 1, That was fast. And I messed it up still, and that was still fast. Ride the wall. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Still not free. By any means. But off the tree. 1, 2. Oh, it ran into the wall. Still probably faster. I feel like going for this online is insanely risky. But I mean, lap 1 and 2, if you have the chance to do it, why not? Like, you just have to, if you mess it up terribly, you might have to bag, but a little bit. But look at that. Even though I spent longer on the Starview Peak one, I just kind of realized I was doing that one completely wrong, and I began getting it after that. I'm going to give this one a higher ranking of difficulty, a 6 out of 10. This is hard. Probably don't recommend you do this online unless you're very confident. Because messing up, you will bonk into that wall, and yeah, it won't be great for you. But like when you get it like this, oh. Like even though I bonked into the wall, I still got my drift going, and I didn't lose that much time. 1, 1, 2. Oh, look at that. That's it. That was it. That was perfect. Or as perfect as I'm going to get. Moving on to the next one. That was cool, though. That was really cool. I love this track. Alright, we're on Great Block Ruins, and this is the most hyped up track in this game, shortcut-wise. What I've seen with the shortcuts in this track are by far the best in the game. Ooh, panel. This will be the last track I do in this video. If y'all want a second part for more shortcuts, by all means, I'll do it. But I have a feeling this one's going to take a while, so I don't mind this being the last part. This has been a lot of fun, though, and a lot of learning that I needed to do so I didn't get absolutely cooked. There's a ton of other tracks I can do as well, so yeah. But yeah, for this track, I'm going to look up the world record and see what they have in store for us. What did I even just watch? What the heck? What? Alright, technically, the entire lap is like a shortcut. But we'll focus on one part at a time. So the first part here is, it's kind of, you kind of just go on this. You do the cut a lot better. You're supposed to have a ton of speed going into it. I just suck. I don't know how you're supposed to maintain your speed. Maybe my combo is not great for doing it. Let me see. Oh, no, you can do it. Yeah, look at this. Bam. And then, in the world record, that inside corner right there, yeah, they drove on that inside corner. Not on top of it, but on the side here. How? I'm not doing that. My combo is not that intricate. The Bitty Buddy, I think was the character they used, and I think that works a lot better for this. My car does not have that kind of control. But yeah, I think how they do it is that they trick off the grass here. They make it more possible. So I gotta cut this insanely tight to make this. We're gonna go wide and go yoink. That's difficult. That is super difficult. I kind of messed it up there, but that should have been good enough to get it. Hold on. I gotta watch how he does it again. This is crazy. Yeah, he does trick off the green to be able to make it. But I think the Bitty Buddy just has a lot more speed and a lot better handling to be able to do it. That already sucked. One of the two. Ugh. I got it on that one attempt though, so I know it's possible. It might just be more intricate with a heavier character. Oh, we got it there. And I messed it up after that. But you just ride the rail. You just ride the rail around. But then you can fall off the rail too? How do you fall off the rail just casually? The Bitty Buddy's just able to fall off without doing anything. I'm not sure how you do that. But anyways, you come on this Mario Kart 8 tech where you use the system to be able to gain momentum by going diagonal. And I don't even know. We'll get to that part. You all probably know what I'm talking about that. I'm going to break that down piece by piece. But first I need to figure out how to get this part consistently. Because this part is a must-know for online. I've seen so many people go for this. For Cal, this is like the best handling I could possibly get for a car. Hey, that kind of worked. Yeah, look at that. I maintained my speed even though I slowed down in the off-road. That might just be a better way to do it than the second shortcut too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making it overly complicated. You can just hold forward and keep your speed. Also, is this a Piranha Plants Lullaby remix? This OST cooks like crazy. Alright. Not great, but still you get it. Alright. That's like a 4 out of 10, I'd say. That's pretty difficult if you don't know where it is. You can definitely do it online, and you can get consistent at it, though. Now, for the Holy Grail. Like, what? That wasn't even that bad of an attempt. I gotta rewatch it, but that wasn't even that bad. But you get the idea there. Wall jumping and getting to the other side without using the ramp. That's insane still. So, turn. How do people ever get to... People do this online all the time. People are actually really consistent at this, and it just looks so ludicrous. Missed it. Doing it completely wrong. Bonking. I mean, once you bounce off of this part, it wants you to go to the wall, not to the cloud. Like, keep going to the cloud. So you just kind of, rub. Maybe it's just the way I'm hitting it right now. 9 out of 10 difficulty right now, bro. I don't even know where to start with this. Oh my god. Not even close. I might just simply just not have enough speed. Let's see here. Come on. How do you go for this? They do this shroomless, which is incredible. Ooh, a charge trick. That might be it. They don't do a charge trick in the world record, but I just think they're overcomplicating it because it's the world record. Doing a charge trick here is night and day. I can actually reach it with ease. Oh! Charge trick. Yoink. Alright, I'm doing this one really weird. Oh! Kind of got it. That was not correct, like, at all. When you come along the ring, you want to, like, try to turn your car around a bit. Not do what I did. Oh, wait, this might be it. This might be it. That's it. That's how you do it. But you turn your car around a bit more. You're able to... There's some blocks that you're supposed to hit that you kind of rotate around. The charge trick is such a good mechanic in this game. Just wish it could be buffed a little bit for speed, but for jumping, it's super cool. You can definitely go for the cloud if you want. It's just kind of hard. That was kind of messy, but maybe there's a more novice way to do it. Let me see somebody, one of the big YouTubers have a tutorial. Typically there's one. Okay, I'm overcomplicating it. The world record makes it a lot harder. For online play, for what our means will be, it's more like this. Alright, yeah, I even simplified it a little more, but it's something like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can see the vision now. I see the vision. Look at that. Alright. Maybe not a 9 out of 10. The version I was doing, definitely a 10 out of 10. I was trying to cut the corner completely, which is a strategy online at bonkers to go for. What I want to do is simply yoink, 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 and then yoink. That's it. That's all there is to it. Ah, that felt so good though. That saves like a second by itself. The other strategy, 2 seconds. There we go. Look at this. Look at that. Oh! I kind of liked what I did there. Didn't work out, but kind of stalling on the wall a little bit if you're too high. I'm doing it a little early, but it worked still. This is still a pretty hard trick. 7 out of 10 difficulty I want to give it. That was the version I'm doing it. Specifically for this world record, I'll put it on screen here. It is insanity what you have to do. I'm getting it semi-consistently now. Perfect. I'm going to call it there. But I got pretty consistent at a lot of these by the end. Even that one I got pretty okay at. Final thoughts? These are almost all mandatory if you want to be okay at online, or at least be able to get an advantage. I hope you all learned something from this. I definitely did. And I hope this was valuable to you somehow. I'll probably make a second part to this if y'all like this a lot. So, yeah. That's it. I'm going to bed. I gotta stop recording at almost 2 a.m. I'm doing this to myself.